Hey folks, Mindwipe here with yet another edition of The Edge, the video gaming podcast that stars you, the gamer. Sorry about the delay in last week's episode. As with one of our sister podcasts, the Total Gamer USA, we've experienced a lot of technical difficulties over the last 7 to 8 days, mainly involving audio quality and recording techniques and stuff. Fear not though, we are back in business, so here, without further ado, episode 18 of The Edge. Enjoy folks.
It's been a while, but finally I can play a game that I know is going to be good, because it's a collection of 48 of the best Genesis titles ever released, kid-tested and mother-approved. If you played the Sega Genesis collection 2 years back, then you're probably familiar with 24 of the 48 games in the Sonic collection, but games like Echo Jr., Shadow Dancer, Sword of Vermilion, and Virtua Fighter 2 were cut. But it has some new games like Shining in the Darkness, Shining Force 1 and 2, Sonic 3, Sonic & Knuckles, Streets of Rage 1, 2, and 3, and Beyond Oasis, so it makes up for it. It even has some old 8-bit Mega Drive games like the first Phantasy Star in it just to sweeten the deal. I would have liked to have Sonic 3 and Knuckles in my review, the best Sonic game of all time in my opinion, but there's one big problem. It doesn't exist, despite the fact that Sonic & Knuckles is clearly in the fucking collection. The lock-on feature is gone, so it's just a standalone cartridge. Apparently the disk space was too small due to the emulator software for the Mega Drive and some arcade titles, so they should have just taken it out. Would you honestly say thanks to a plumber who just put a toilet in your bathroom and didn't bother to hook it up? The next problem, the problem that makes me wonder just what the fuck they were smoking, is unlocking Phantasy Star. Sonic 2, defeat the first boss with 2 players? Wow, so what if I don't have a second controller? I know I didn't get 2 controllers when I bought my 360. Fortunately, I have another controller, but what about everyone who wanted to play the first Phantasy Star and doesn't have a second controller? Borrow one? Yeah, but come on Sega, what the fuck? Okay, it's not that bad. Plenty of badass games to play, so let's take a look at Streets of Rage, Shining Force 2, Sonic 2, since I gotta fucking play it anyways, and of course, Phantasy Star. Streets of Rage was Sega's stake in the side-scrolling beat-em-up. Not as good as Final Fight, but still a totally fucking badass game. I used to play it all the time with my friends on Sega Channel. Play as one of 3 characters, roll down the streets, and proceed to beat the shit out of anyone who gets in your way. A badass game with 2 and 3 waiting for you after it. Shining Force 2. Shining Force was another Sega answer to a popular genre, this time the tactical RPG. Some would call Shining Force 1 and 2 clones, but they were actually beautiful and truly unique games. They had rich environments, epic stories, amazing music, great characters, and a firm grasp of what it meant to be a tactical RPG. The story in a bad nutshell is this. A fucking furry breaks into a forbidden shrine, jacks 2 jewels with charming names like the Jewel of Light and the Jewel of Evil, pisses someone off, demons appear, demons possess the king, and everything turns to shit, and like any good RPG, it's all up to you to fucking fix it. It's not a bad story, in fact it's actually fucking great. I just don't want to reveal too much in case you haven't played it. I just love the combat in the game. It's just gotta be the tactical RPG aspect. If you loved games like Fire Emblem, Final Fantasy Tactics, or Advance Wars, then you're playing a tactical RPG, and Shining Force 2 should be right up your alley. A badass game for a badass era. Too bad the series started to tank after this. What can I say about Sonic 2? It's better than Sonic 1, and Sonic 1 was the fucking shit. A new spin dash move, lengthened levels, the well-loved shield, badass special zone, and Tails, if you consider that a good thing. It's no Sonic 3 and Knuckles, but let's just play through this and unlock Phantasy Star, shall we? So, 2 players. I originally thought it had some meaning, and seeing as I didn't have or need any friends, I didn't know that the 2-player didn't have a boss at the end. To unlock the game, it has to be in single player. God, that's a sad sight. It just seems really ridiculous that all the second player has to do is just jump or hit the boss to count towards the unlock. Once again, what's the fucking point? Is it really even that necessary? Okay, so Dr. Robotnik goes down and I unlock Phantasy Star. Now, I have to admit, I'm quite curious to go way back into some seriously old school shit. I mean, this game is like fucking 20 years old. That's just fucking insane. Wow. I know I'm seriously getting into something old, but you know, it's nice that it's in the collection. Finally, you can play all Phantasy Star games up to the Sega Genesis. 1, 2, 3, and 4. About goddamn time. Well, from what I can tell from the story so far is that this guy Nero was killed trying to find out about someone named Lazic. His dying request to his sister Alice is for her to find someone named Odin and stop this Lazic. Well, it's got shops, church. Do they worship Jesus in space? Or maybe it's Space Jesus, relative of Raptor Jesus. Clone troopers? What the hell are they doing here? Well, like most RPGs, you're next to broke, so let's go out and zap some baddies and make some money. Well, so far so good. It's not a bad game. I'm just gonna speed through this wandering here. I wonder what kind of lobby creature I'm gonna find. What? Some owl bear. I don't see any owl or any bear in... Oh, what? Oh, what the fuck? What? What the fuck? The first creature I encounter and I'm dead? Oh my god. That's fucked up. Did I save? Oh, well, thank God for fucking small favors, I managed to save. God damn, this game is brutal. I don't blame the game. This was fucking 1988, and we and they didn't know better. It's still fun, even if the novelty of the fucking dungeons wears off and you find yourself as lost in them as you do on what the fuck to do next. But, you know, even if Phantasy Star 1 is kind of a pain in the ass, I actually really fucking loved Phantasy Star 4. That was the one I loved. I'm sure 3 and 2 have got to be better than this, because, you know, typically they learn from their mistakes, right? God damn. And I've only scratched the surface of this collection. You know what? I have to say, I am very pleased. A few problems aside, 48 titles for $29.99? That's like less than 63 cents a game. You know, 500 Wii points and 400 Microsoft points come to around $5, and you have to use all those just for one title. You really can't argue with the price. I want to give this game an 8.5 out of 10, but you can only do so good with old games, good or bad. So all in all, I'll give Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection an 8 out of 10. If you're looking for a badass game that'll fucking turn you into masochist, pick this bitch up.
You're logged into the Battlecast Minute. I'm David Silverman. Today, EA raised the curtain on the cast for their upcoming campaign expansion, Command & Conquer: Red Alert 3 Uprising. The largest Hollywood cast ever to appear in a video game is about to get a little bigger. Command & Conquer fans will be happy to know that joining Red Alert icons such as Tim Curry, Jenny McCarthy, and George Takei will now be renowned actors Malcolm McDowell, Jamie Chung, and wrestling legend Ric Flair. Ric Flair becomes the first professional wrestler to ever appear in a Command & Conquer game and joins Randy Couture and Gina Carano as EA continues its initiative to recruit athletes into their games. I recently had the opportunity to sit down with the Nature Boy, and you can catch that full interview in the next episode of Battlecast Primetime, airing this Friday. In the meantime, let's close this Battlecast Minute with a sneak peek at some of the more shocking events that occurred during the Ric Flair interview. You're logged into Battlecast Primetime and I'm joined by the man, the myth, the legend, the 16-time heavyweight champion of the world, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair.
Woo! Woo! Woo!
So Rick, what's it like to know that you were definitely the most badass to ever grace the presence of Red Alert 3?
I think it's phenomenal that you casted the Nature Boy, the 16-time World Heavyweight Champion, to be...
Mr. Flair?
Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing a video review for Conquer Live and Reloaded.
That was a big one.
Conquer Live and Reloaded is a remake of the last Nintendo 64 game from Rare called Conker's Bad Fur Day. You'll understand this review a lot better if you saw my review for Conker's Bad Fur Day. So, if you did not watch that, then pause this right now, seriously, right now, and go watch it, okay? Okay, you didn't pause it, that means you saw it. So anyway, this is a remake. It's made by Rare, and they took a few things out, and they added some new things, and they added this new extensive Xbox Live multiplayer thing. But is it any good? Here's the story. Conker wakes up after a hangover after having too many beers in a bar one night, and he finds himself in a new world he's never seen before. And he meets a bunch of characters, and it's a little hard to describe, but he just is trying to get home. That's pretty much the whole thing of the game. As for the graphics and music, they're absolutely amazing. The music is the exact same for most of it, and I wouldn't say it's better, but it's still really good updated versions of it. And the graphics are absolutely amazing. Like, it's better than Halo. It looks absolutely amazing. The best Xbox graphics I've ever seen. Even though some effects are crappy, most of it's good. The game is very twisted, but it's also really funny. It's along the lines of Monty Python, British humor, but if you like that stuff, you're really gonna laugh your ass off. It's pretty hilarious. I really like it. It's really, really funny. They made a lot of small differences in the game. The disappointing ones are that they censor the words shit, twat, and asshole, and fellatio. It's kind of disappointing, especially with the funniest part in the game, when you fight the Great Mighty Pooh Boss. He sings a song, and he says the word shit and twat, so they bleep that out, and it's kind of disappointing. Fucking Microsoft. But, you know, it doesn't take a whole lot from it, but if you do like to hear those swear words, then you're gonna be disappointed. That's probably the biggest disappointment in the game, besides the fact that they took a few hard parts out. Like, there's a part where you have to swim and get this eel to follow you around these rings. They took that out instead of fixing it completely. There are a lot of small differences in the game. Like, most of it's camera angles and the cutscenes, they made them different. But also, you can get these new costumes that you play in a few chapters. Like here, you play as Van Conker, and it adds for a little more variety than that happened in Conker's Bad Fur Day. And you get a cooler looking gun. And the controls are improved. Like, it's kind of like third-person shooter more, and the balancing is a little hard, but it's definitely a little better. It's not quite as hard though, so the game's not as challenging as the original in most parts. Like, there are some parts where they were really, really hard in the original, but they made them easier, so that's a slight bit disappointing. But overall, the game's still good. The original would probably take around 20 hours to beat, and this one would probably take 5 to 10 hours if you play the original. If you played the original, chances are you are going to be disappointed, like me, but you'll still think it's a fun game. It's fun to play, it's an entertaining game, it's funny, and I think you'll still have a good time, just not as good of a time. Now I'm going to review the new multiplayer they had. You can take it on Xbox Live, and it's similar to Halo. They did have an original multiplayer for the original Conker, and it was really awesome, so they made a new one. In it you can be the SHC or the Teddies, and you can be different classes, like Demolisher, like this guy, Sky Jockeys, Grunts, Seekers, Thermophiles, and Long Rangers. Sorry, I didn't have the clip. And each one has a unique weapon and different ways they move, and a lot of different things that they can do. But when you want to switch to another one, you gotta start from a base, and usually it's a long way back to the battle, so that's a little hard. But each way you play is very, very good. You gotta use tactics and strategy to choose who you're gonna use to do different objectives and stuff. Sometimes you have to use certain people to blow up doors or something, and sometimes you can choose to use a certain person to get past certain objects and attack certain enemies. So yeah, there is a lot of strategy. And it's actually kind of fun. It's not great, but it's a solid multiplayer. There's also Xbox Live. And there's not a whole lot of explanation in it, sadly. So like if you start Xbox Live for the first time, noobs can't really play with other noobs to play for the first time. but I think you'll like all the unique ideas that they put in, and I think you'll enjoy it. It's not great, but it's a solid multiplayer that you can play and have a fun time for a while. Conquer Live and Reloaded isn't one of Rare's best games, but I'll tell you what it is. It's a solid remake and a solid multiplayer. If you didn't play the original, you will love this game. You'll really have a good time with it, and you might enjoy the multiplayer. If you did play the original Conquer, you will be kind of disappointed, but you will enjoy the multiplayer. Overall, this is a solid package. I give Conquer Live and Reloaded an 8.3.
I'm back.
Conquer Live and Reloaded.
Hey, Daddy.
Dum diddy dum diddy dwee dwee do do do. Dee dum diddy dum dum dee dee dum.
Alright guys, we're going to take a look at Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game for the NES, classic game. Those of you that remember the arcade game, the actual arcade game, it was pretty freaking awesome for its time. I mean, God, I wasted a lot of quarters on that. that rhino. Rock steady, bebop. It's not both of them, but it's one of them. I forgot which one it was because I haven't watched Ninja Turtles since I was a freaking kid, so. Shop for that gun. Shop for that gun. Oh no, Shredder! Oh no, you evil tinfoil! Alright guys, that was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game for the NES. Take it easy.
Spirit of Fire, this is Blue 6. We're joining Blue 5 and are en route to the recon patrol's last known position. 6 out. Blue 6, we're under attack. This is Spartan Group Omega. If they want war, we'll give them war.
Hello, and welcome to Game and Top 5's review of Destroy Humans, Path of the Furon. Developer Sandbox Games was shut down by THQ nearly a full month before Destroy Humans, Path of the Furon hit retail shelves, and the PS3 version of the game was cancelled shortly thereafter. After a short time with the Xbox 360 version of the game, you'll probably wish THQ would put it out of its misery too. The game's visuals are dated, and its insensitive, stereotypical portrayal of the Chinese, among other ethnicities, is appalling. Add in repetitive objectives and played out humour, and there's no reason to waste your time with this shoddy excuse for a game. As in previous Destroy Human games, you play as Crypto, a smart alecky alien with a dislike for the human race. The game takes place in the 70s, and Crypto has his hands full dealing with a mob in what's supposed to be Las Vegas. After a few unexpected attackers try and drive him off, he realises someone or something other than the mob wants to get him out of the way. Crypto sets off across 5 open-world environments that includes Forks Vegas, a poor man's Hollywood, and a lame-ass China, among others. While you're free to run or hover around the game's large worlds, there's not a whole lot that's exciting to do. If you're into flying your saucer, you can destroy buildings, but rather than crumbling them to the ground after a huge explosion, they melt like a stick of butter left in the hot sun. You can zap humans and bad guys with a number of weapons, including the not funny anymore anal probe. You can take control of people's bodies, make them dance, and use telekinesis to grab and throw them. But you're best off just sticking with your default weapon and powering it up with the DNA you earn, finishing missions. Likewise, the many weapon options available to you while in your flying saucer are generally less useful than the default ray. You might have a bit of fun messing around with a few of the tools of destruction made available to you, but the large number of options is little more than a novelty. It feels that rather than come up with interesting objectives, the developer made a bunch of weapons, and occasionally forces for you to use them in artificially constrained ways, rather than allowing you to land your saucer anywhere. The game gives you only a few landing spots, most of which have to be unlocked by playing a mini-game, which in turn forces you to use a gun or skill you wouldn't likely use. This is so contrived that the game even makes a joke about it. Yes, making the people who are foolish enough to buy your game perform unnecessary cumbersome tasks is really funny. Mission objectives start off simple: shoot some guys, protect someone or something, blow up a building, use telekinesis to carry someone to a certain objective, and so on. As you progress, the game will lengthen these objectives and chain them together. This means halfway through the game, and for the rest of the game, and the rest of the game after that, you'll be suffering through long missions with objectives you seem long-term tired of. The first Destroy Humans were amusing and relied heavily on parody and tongue-in-cheek dialogue, but Crypto's act has grown old. He rarely shuts up, and his incessant yabbing and bickering grates the nerves. Thankfully, the mission's objectives are usually clearly displayed, so there's no penalty for skipping the game's painfully frequent and agonisingly long cutscenes. It's bad enough that the cutscenes are frequent and the dialogue constant. What's worse is that most of the game's humour relies on racial stereotypes. The dialogue and acting to many of the characters and citizens in the game Chinese levels might have been acceptable 30 or 40 years ago, but today they're downright offensive and there's a reason to avoid this game. Papa the Fuhrer's visions were also offensive, but in a different way. The game proudly proclaims to use the Unreal Engine, but you'd be hard-pressed to see the results in the finished product. Perhaps they licensed the original Unreal Engine and not Unreal 3. There's not much of the game that looks like it belongs on the 360. The frame rate is mediocre at best, textures are low resolution, huge buildings will pop up right in front of you, and the backgrounds will look blurry. As if there was Vaseline on the lens, it gets worse. Many of the cutscenes have no lip synchronization, camera transitions during cutscenes are choppy, characters are poorly animated, citizens literally skate around the city, and explosions are pitiful. Even Crypto looks terrible. A few multiplayer minigames are available, but they add no value to this already miserable game. If you've somehow stuck with this entire series during its inception, you'll probably have some fun with Destroy Human, but it offers nothing to anyone with a reasonable or bad taste. Thanks for listening to this review. Please head on over to Gaming Top 5's channel, subscribe and add as friends. Thanks.
Rated M for mature.
Usually, I have to dial premium rate for this kind of entertainment.
Okay, Flower is the new game which is available for download off the PlayStation Network, and the concept behind it is a bit queer. Basically, you control the wind, and as you fly past flowers, they let off their petals. You pick up their petals, you create a trail of petals behind you, and basically you have to do various challenges like lighting up ponds and hay bales, and then you get different colours like pink and green and yellow and blue, and you just paint the grass. And there's just little things like here and there that just make this seem so gay, but then when you play it, it's immersive. It grabs you and brings you into the game, and you just go along for the ride. You're not going to be able to understand what the game is like from just me talking about it, so I'm just going to show you what it is like. I bought it 2 days ago. I've pretty much got all the trophies, just one left. It's called Pure. Oh man, I can't do it. It's too hard. I'm not even going to try anymore. I keep failing. But yeah, let's give this a shot. I'll give you a look-see of the game. Hopefully that's right. Wait, no, that should be right there. I don't know, hopefully. Wait. Okay, that's good enough. If it's too bad, then sorry. But yeah, let's go for it. Okay, I'll just go for the first level. First thing you're going to notice is that the whole thing is controlled by 6-axis, and for people who don't like 6-axis controls, get this game, because I hated 6-axis controls, but this game made me love them. This game uses it like no other game has before, and it's just so accurate and just feels natural. When you're playing the game, it doesn't even feel as though you're controlling anything, because you just hold the controller, and halfway through you play through, you just completely forget that you're even holding the controller. You just go along for the ride. Okay, now this is how you go. You just press any button to begin with, like any button, and then you just tilt it, and then look, I'm in control now. See, I'm the wind, and then you just go along, and here's another flower. Ooh, just gave me a petal. So you just keep going through like this, and then there's various challenges. I'm gonna try to get through it quick. I'm not gonna just like get every flower, because that takes a while. But then yeah, you pick up speed. There's like a whole trail of flowers here that you can follow. And as you can tell, the graphics are insane. It really pushes the PS3. Like for a downloadable game, you don't normally expect graphics this good, but this is crazy. Look at that. That's like the lighting effects. Like each individual piece of grass moves with the wind, and it looks realistic as well. So I don't know. There's not much negativity I can give towards this game. It's just insane. See, I've already forgotten that I'm controlling now. My hands are just moving on their own. And get all these red ones. Then you just heal the land. And the story, like people are going to play this game, they're going to think it has no story. The story in this game is immense. That like some people will play it and say, oh, there's absolutely no story. But if you dig a little bit deeper and actually enjoy the game for what it is, you will see that there is a really deep storyline. I'm not going to ruin it for you. I want anyone with a PS3, just go buy this now. You're not going to regret it. I guarantee you are not going to regret it. Okay, how long is this going for? 4 minutes. Okay, I can probably finish it. And you get like really good at it really quick, like because there's nothing really complex about it. It doesn't really challenge you. Hey, what did I miss? Okay, I don't know. It's probably one of the best downloadable games for the PlayStation 3 at the moment, and it just offers something that hasn't been seen before. Well, there are games that do something similar, but I don't know. This game is fairly unique in my book. And this isn't it. There's 6 levels, and this is just the first level, but just the controls get more complex, or not the controls, but the things you can do get more complex, and just adds so much more to the gameplay and the storyline. Like the later levels are just immense, the amount of stuff you can do, and they add new gameplay mechanics and stuff like that. It's a really good game, and just every time you play it, it evolves, and the trophies on this as well are really unique. You get trophies for not playing the game. I don't think I've ever seen that in a game before. So yeah, I'll show you the trophies now actually. Oh, I don't know if I want to ruin it. Okay, if you don't want to see the trophies, look away now. Okay, bloom 10,000 flowers is pretty easy, but just some of them, like reminisce for 3 minutes before returning to the room. So taking a 3-minute break gets you a trophy. Also, one down here, welcome back. Don't play the play the game after a week-long break, where you can kind of cheat on that one like I did. You just go into your PS3 settings and put it forward a week, and then take a 10-minute break between any dreams. So there's just, the trophies on it are just like none that I've ever seen before. And also, if you just press start at any moment, then I'm back in my room. From here I can jump to any level, which is crazy. That's just the credits, that photo frame. But yeah, and see how like the background's all like sad and depressing and stuff. As you progress through the game, it becomes all sunny and like happy. And that's pretty much the storyline as well, but I'm not going to ruin too much of that. Okay, so let's just finish this off quickly. Am I going the right way? Yep. Okay. Okay, hopefully this isn't going too long. 6 minutes, okay. Fuck. Turn. Should be it, yeah. And then you heal this, and then you just go into this area, and this is at the end of every level. It's kind of like the finishing checkpoint. And then that's it. And I'm just going to end it there after this heals. I'm just going to end it, so yeah, as I end all my videos, have fun and keep gaming. And if you have a PS3, just go and download this now. You will not regret it. Guarantee you 100% you will not regret it. So, and then that's the end of the level. Okay, I'll see you later.
Many view it as a disgrace, while millions view it as a light. Then there's some who just don't know what it is. No matter which group you fall into, you may not know much about the new expansion, Wrath of the Lich King. Blizzard's previous expansion, The Burning Crusade, was focused more on lower-leveled characters, leaving some enthusiasts disappointed. With World of Warcraft's new expansion, Wrath of the Lich King focusing more on those players who were left in the dust last time around, you elite characters can finally get your hands on a new and improved gaming experience. The biggest aspect of the Lich King expansion seems to be the addition of the first new character class since the game's release back in 2004, the Death Knight. You'll notice that instead of starting at level 1, the Death Knight begins at level 55, allowing you to throw away all that tedious low-level training that's required with the other characters. The Death Knight's base is focused around the melee class and blade wielding, but can use some dark magic to aid you in battle, such as summoning your own zombies. Blizzard has also thrown in a new PvP zone in the center of the northern continent, Lake Wintergrass. In Lake Wintergrass, players battle in siege warfare while gaining objectives to acquire special gear that can only be accessed in this way. This heads in with the new achievement system, which tracks everything you could possibly think of, from how many pets you own to how many dungeons you've explored. I can't talk about the Lich King expansion without mentioning Dalaran, the Mage City. Dalaran is obviously built to be a bustling central city, as flying mounts are not permitted. Many players would argue that you should be allowed to fly there, but to really have the sense of a major busy city, you don't want characters flying around leaving the streets empty. Blizzard has also stationed sewers and combat dummies all around Dalaran for you to get some training in. Also implemented into the Lich King expansion are some graphical and dynamic changes that help to add individual feeling to the game. As you complete quests, what you see and what is on your map will change to cater individual achievements. Those players who haven't completed a quest will see the map and the world differently than someone who has completed it. This does introduce some problems, as group questing becomes more difficult because your friend over there might see something different than what you're seeing. Another huge update that accompanies the Lich King expansion is the bumped up level cap from 70 to 80. This really allows you to enjoy new quests and Blizzard's new detailed world while reaching new levels and finding unexpected surprises. Overall, I would say World of Warcraft's new expansion is great for those players who have been at it for some time. The Death Knight class adds a huge push towards the combat role, while simple dynamic updates make the game feel much more real. On the other hand, Blizzard's Wrath of the Lich King expansion really handicaps starting players, but it at least gives them something to look forward to in the future.
Well folks, that brings us to the end of yet another episode of The Edge. I'd like to thank all of our reviewers for all of their work in this particular episode. Be sure to check out next week's episode, assuming I can get one out on time, But in the meantime, until then, be also sure to check out the UK podcast, otherwise known as GUTV, hosted by Kid Dog Spy 101 and James the Journal Bachelor, and also each week the USA podcast hosted by JT, Dan Van Dam, Kona and myself. If you have any feedback, please sure to send it to mailbag@thetotalgamer.com. And as always, visit the website, search our forums, check out the video sharing area, and all of the wonderful content we have on the Total Gamer website. In the meantime, as always though, this has been Mindwipe, and until the next episode, we will leave you with this last parody. Take care, folks.
It's me, Mario! Whoa!
Mamma mia!
Whoa! Yeah. Action!
Oh no!
Action! Action!
Okie dokie! Oh!